It's been a big week in Europe for Chelsea and Tottenham, but the Carling Cup final is here at Wembley. This is a London thing.
Drogba! Blue is the colour and Chelsea's is the name.
Chelsea, of course, know the way from the dressing rooms to the pitch at Wembley very well indeed. This is the trophy they won last year and would dearly love to keep. Tottenham last won this trophy in 1999. They would love to win it again.
There ain't no stopping them now. They're smiling all the way to Wembley. Well, Tottenham Hotspur have already settled one local score with that excellent semi-final win over Arsenal. But Chelsea, today's opponents, are becoming cup final regulars and have already won a trophy here at Wembley. Your commentators for the 2008 Carling Cup final, David Fleet and Peter Drury.
A derby match on a grand scale, and my word, it feels like it. In London, for London, the atmosphere on the League Cup finals return to Wembley is fevered. Amongst the calmest, perhaps, two coaches with plenty in common. Born within 8 months of each other, appointed last autumn within 6 weeks of each other, Abraham Grant and Juan de Ramos now stand within a few yards of each other, each hoping that he can take home a first major trophy in English football. Both, after tepid midweek European efforts, have had significant selection dilemmas. Chelsea, the holders, are, despite some rumours to the contrary, skippered by John Terry, and Frank Lampard does also play. Those two of 5 here, starting their 3rd Carling Cup final. Didier Drogba has scored in each of Chelsea's previous 2 and the FA Cup final, and today, thrillingly, he starts a game in the same side as Nicolas Anelka for the first time. Spurs' big game experience is thinner on the ground. Only Ledley King survives from their last final 6 years ago. Paul Robinson also has plenty of Wembley nous and has returned to the side in the nick of time. 2 new signings. Jonathan Woodgate plays his first League Cup tie for more than 5 years, and for Alan Hutton, it is a first ever game in this competition. The referee, as he was for the Community Shield here in August, is Mark Halsey. Chelsea all in blue, Spurs all in white, at Wembley. It looks right, it feels right. Chelsea's insatiable appetite for trophies, Tottenham's desperation for just one. Chelsea's dominance of this modern-day rivalry. Tottenham's hunch that this just might be their day, and Robbie Keane has been fed early, and Keane has gone for goal! And it's deflected wide, inches short of being the quickest ever League Cup final goal.
Dreadful casual mistake by Belletti, gives Keane the opportunity to roast forward. It got a deflection, Robbie Keane with an opportunity. Belletti relieved.
Error from the Brazilian fullback, and Aaron Lennon has Tottenham's first corner. And Berbatov's up, and King's in there. And is insistent that he should at least have a corner. He might have had a goal, the Spurs skipper. It is a lightning-quick start to the 48th League Cup final.
Lovely to see King back, Berbatov down. I think King was optimistic.
Abraham Grant defending the trophy which Jose Mourinho's Chelsea won a year ago. This was Mourinho's first trophy. It's not a bad starting point. King. Chimbonda. Mark Brog, that's clever. He's away from Belletti, Berbatov wants it. The pass was all wrong.
Clever play by Berbatov, but a loose final pass. At least he's shown an early ascendancy over Belletti. Can he continue it? Tottenham in no hurry to launch the ball forward. They'll play a studied game. They'll try and get width, particularly on the right with Lennon. Malbranck comes inside on the left, Chimbonda will make tracks.
Chimbonda has exchanged with Malbranck and has bombed on now, the full-back. Has earned Tottenham another corner. There is a real verve, a real authority about Tottenham. Denying at this point their underdog status.
Interestingly, Woodgate not going up for the corner, nor Hutton, who can head. Berbatov supported by King. So good to see him back.
It's corner, Chimbonda on the back post. Hit the top of the crossbar. And one skipper, Terry, hooks it away from the other.
Oh, Chimbonda does very well, always gets to that back post position. It was a looping header. Could have crept in, although Chelsea defended properly.
Keane. Aimed it at Berbatov!
Perfect ball by Robbie Keane. Berbatov gets in between Carvalho and Terry. Tottenham getting closer.
Look at Keane. This is over by Lampard. Chelsea still very much feeling their way into the game. With Terry, whose involvement in the game was in doubt, certainly in the public arena, right up until the very last moment. Essien. Right, Phillips. Belletti. Driven against Jumper. At least retains possession and sets it back for Wright Phillips. It's away by Woodgate.
Vital clearance. Better approach played by Chelsea.
5 trophies in the last 2 years for Sevilla. What he does is win. Carried out by King. There's a smooth authority about him and lays it up towards Berbatov. He's held back by Terry. Little personal battles starting to bubble up here, and this will be one of those key battles.
Watch Chimbonda going towards the back post. Woodgate goes up this time.
Gina's playing it in beyond Berbatov and headed over by Woodgate.
Lovely paced ball into a very difficult position for Petricek to come and take. Perfect ball to come onto and head. Woodgate just gets up a shade too early.
Rich. It's nice on a major cup final day to be saying so many English names. There's a Brazilian, Belletti. There's another Englishman, Wright Phillips. Away by a sturdy English centre-half, Woodgate, and behind for a Chelsea corner.
Good delivery by Wright Phillips. Interesting to compare his talents today with Lennon on the other right flank.
Both of them, of course, having scored for England against Switzerland earlier this month on this ground. By Woodgate, who has had a sturdy start. Keane couldn't carry it further forward. Chelsea have a man down injured in the box. And it is Didier Drogba.
I think Woodgate just caught him in the chin as he leapt.
Fabio Capello in front of Wayne Bridge and Frank Lampard and John Terry and Sean Wright Phillips and Paul Robinson and Ledley King and Jonathan Woodgate, Aaron Lennon. There is plenty to interest him here. Calmly in possession, looking to carve one in towards Keane. He took it cleverly, leg it back to Malbrook! And Czech plunged at his near post.
Well worth the quick shot by Steve Malbranc. As that ball spiralled up, terrific shielding and hard work by Keane to get the ball back to Malbranc. Petricek covers so well. Worth a snapshot.
Well played by Cech.
And 2 up the field for Chelsea as Cech kicks. You remember Mourinho, who shouldn't forget today, of course. He was one who really had a good tactic from corners when Chelsea were defending them.
Bridge. Lampard, a bit of space. He's gone for goal!
A terrific attempt by Frank Lampard coming in from the left-hand side. That's where he likes to hit his shots from. Possibly not close quick enough, but terrific power in the shot. Hutton coming quickly towards him.
Half an hour into the 2008 Carling Cup final at Wembley Stadium. Still nothing tangible between the teams, though Spurs have been the preeminent force in the first third of the game. Lampard, Drogba, Anelka. Drogba was fouled, and Chelsea have a free kick.
Woodgate got very tight as he laid it off and went for the spin.
This is right on the cusp of shooting range. Drogba or Lampard. Lampard deflection over the top corner.
You almost felt there the movement of the Chelsea players in front of the ball as they were hoping that there might be a deflection, all covering areas of the goal.
Deflection was kind to Jonathan Woodgate, it might have flown anywhere. Hutton was the first man. Chased up by Wright Phillips. That's an untidy challenge from Zakora, to put it kindly. He simply hurled his frame in with little regard for the presence or otherwise of the ball.
Rather unorthodox.
Twickenham more than Wembley. And this one is 7 or 8 yards closer. There is force behind this man's boot. Just off target.
It was a clever click. It was almost like a stab at the ball. Just drifted it wide. You saw Carvalho race off the wall there.
Here Drogba, who has 3 goals in 2 League Cup finals. Only he and Ronnie Whelan have 3 League Cup final goals. It's a record that is in his sights today. Win by Hutton. Fell for Essien, who gave it back to Woodgate. Silkily taken in by Berbatov, but he had nowhere to go. Lampard has played it early. Wright Phillips has won it well. Drogba's alive. Essien's joining in here for Chelsea. And Chimbonda's got across to block off his strike. Drogba, meanwhile, is still ailing.
It's a free kick. He's going to give the free kick, I'm sure.
And Zakora's been booked.
Here we see the challenge, but he's given away another free kick in a dangerous area.
Second really unacceptable challenge from Didier Zakora, and he can have no argument about having his name taken. It's Drogba! It's in! First blood, Chelsea! Didier Drogba always scores. 3 League Cup finals, 4 goals, and he won the FA Cup final. He is the man for the big day.
Well, Robinson seemed to be behind the wall. Seemed to get a very late view, if at all. You just see Carvalho at the end of the wall. Robbie Keane jumps. But really, it was the side of the wall. The wall did not protect the goalkeeper as well as it should.
And as often as they do it, for Chelsea folk, there's nothing quite like a lead against Tottenham. And it is hard on Tottenham, who dictated the first 20 minutes of the game, but invited on pressure with the concession of a series of free kicks in front of their own penalty area, and have paid paid the price. Here's Keane!
Great turn. Not an easy shot to take. It was almost chest high after Berbatov's work.
Presented to Genus. Rolled in for Keane. Touch through for Berbatov. Onside! Tipped over. Nothing doing.
Oh, that was close. Halsey was close enough himself to it. Was there a little tug on Berbatov there? No, he slipped. It was a good decision.
It is 18 years since anyone successfully retained the League Cup. But Chelsea, who might easily have conceded first, in fact scored first through Didier Drogba, and are well on the way towards doing that. Harsh on Spurs, but much still to play for. Join us for the second half shortly. Half-time score at Wembley in the 48th League Cup final is Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0.
The new Tiguan, the compact 4x4 from Volkswagen. I've just been on your website, actually.
I'd like to know how would I go about securing some finance.
Without really losing control of the company.
I obviously would want to draw up a business plan. Can somebody give me some guidelines in terms of intellectual property rights?
You also helped us in the early days with
trying to reduce our carbon footprint.
I was wondering if there was anybody that you could link me up with locally.
With a successful track record in marketing this type of service.
Fantastic.
Whatever expert information, advice and support you need, think Business Link, dedicated to your success.
I am the hunter, the pouncer. I am the king of my very own jungle. Now there's a new cat food from IAMS that appeals to your cat's nature. New IAMS Nature's Wellness. With 4 main food groups: wholesome chicken, whole grains, nutritious vegetables and antioxidants from fruits. I'm more than just a cat. I am an IAMS cat. It's good to be king. New IAMS Nature's Wellness.
Looking to move home? On findaproperty.com, you can search the latest properties online, all on one site.
Because findaproperty.com works with local estate agents to bring you homes for sale and for rent as soon as they're available.
So whatever you're looking for,
findaproperty.com
has homes for everyone.
Findaproperty.com, where the properties come flying in.
You probably can't see it, but your society is fairer. And I'm not just talking about jolly old fair play. It's about everyone.
These are the facts of the matter.
It's simply not true.
Getting a fair shout. I like fair. I see it everywhere in this society. Question is, do you?
At Britannia Building Society, our customers own the business and get a share of the profits every year. Britannia, building a fairer society.
An accident. Until she's coming back ready. She's a civilian.
I know what I'm capable of now. So you send whoever you send. And I'll bury one guy after the next.
Look,
Michelle Ryan, Bionic Woman, coming soon, ITV2.
Welcome back to Wembley, where Spurs now lead on history and hope. Last time this stadium in its old form staged an all-London major final was the 1982 FA Cup final, in which Spurs beat QPR in a replay. The first ever all-London FA Cup final was also won by Spurs against Chelsea 41 years ago. But David Plink, they have to come from behind today, can they?
Of course they can. They have to be a little bit more progressive. They started the game very well when Chelsea were twitchy. I think they've got to probably play Robbie Keane further up front. They've got to take that gamble now. He was shadowing Mikel when Chelsea had possession at the back, and doing a prodigious amount of work in trying to recover the ball. I also think Hutton on the right-hand side, pinned back by Anelka, has got to call his bluff and make forward breaks and support Lennon. We want to see more from Lennon.
Berbatov. Chimbonda arriving wide of him. Keane far side of the penalty area. Hutton up from full back on the far side too. Genus. Chimbonda. Set back for Sakura. He simply got it wrong.
There's a reluctance by Tottenham to shoot in that move, and eventually Sakura, encouraged by the crowd to shoot, did a rather wild effort.
Mikel. Drogba. Keane allowed to get away with that challenge, which has exasperated Drogba. And Tottenham can break with Malbrook. And Berbatov, who got his way out of a tight corner brilliantly there. Now Lennon to worry Bridge. And to win a corner.
That's what we want to see from Lennon. We want to see him getting at Bridge. Even though Bridge is quick on the outside, Tottenham just have to get into a position where they're getting a ball back into the forwards attacking the goal. Got to get into a high forward position, and Lennon can do it.
And it is Lennon's corner. The away was by Drogba from in front of Woodgate. Here's Hutton. Chasing clear of Anelka, feeding Malbrook. Wide space now for Chimbonda. His cross is a disappointment, but Mikel's header yields a throw. Keane. Aimed it at Berbatov. His looping effort. Barely discomforts Petr Cech. Good away from Drogba. Taken up by Mikel. Shifted on by Essien. Huddleston across to compete with Lampard. Chelsea playing with the conservatism and security that has become their hallmark. Once they're furnished with a lead. Played through here for Anelka! And a very, very important challenge by Tottenham's skipper Ledley King, which has Anelka believing perhaps with some credibility that he should have a corner.
So quick to read it. Just watch this as the ball is played through. Lovely ball by Lampard. Beautifully timed challenge, and finally off Anelka.
Berbatov. Essien got into trouble. Lennon looking to make him pay. Huddleston. Tries of handball against Bridge. And the referee's assistant is flagging, and a penalty is given. Martin Yerby indicating that Wayne Bridge had handled And Mark Halsey going over to ensure that John Terry doesn't say more than he ought.
Well, Mark Halsey was on the wrong side to see it, to be fair, and he didn't give it. The assistant gave it. For once, Lennon gave him the ball in the box. Huddleston did quite well there. I'm sure that it didn't strike the left hand there of Wayne Bridge.
Berbatov, Tottenham's luxury player, Tottenham's star player, their man for the moment, to square up the Carling Cup final at Wembley. And Berbatov scores with such impudent ease. The guy oozes class. Wembley, 90,000. Are you sure? Chelsea won, Spurs won, and they deserve as much.
Cleverly guided into that corner. He just waited for Petrocek to put his weight on the left-hand side.
Dimitar Berbatov's 17th goal of the season, and one which has flags and banners waving. Sean Wright-Phillips, who had a wonderful evening here earlier in the month in scoring for England, has to give way to Salomon Kalou, who is in great scoring form himself. 6 goals in his last 8 games for club and country. Drogba turning away from Woodgate and denied again by King. Mr. Always there, Ledley King for Tottenham.
When you consider that he hasn't played games for weeks, they've been looking after him with tender care. Terrific play by Drogba to get in front of Woodgate, but King once again so good at seeing danger, anticipating trouble.
Lampard's delivery, Robinson's fists, the referee's whistle.
Those famous faces, Martin Peters, Pat Jennings, Alan Munnery.
Alan Munnery lifted the League Cup in 1971, the first time Tottenham won it. Steve Perryman lifted it in 73, Sol Campbell in 99. Ledley King wants a turn. Zakora gave, Keane gave back, onside, flag down, Didier Zakora for Tottenham! Fine save by Cech, Zakora has missed! His moment of agony. Outstanding goalkeeping from Petr Cech. But wonderful. Keane or Berbatov would have scored.
Wonderful pass by Keane, reverse pass, completely beat the Chelsea line. Great save, Petr Cech. The second attempt needed a calmer finish. Do believe it caught Petr Cech in the face.
75 games for Tottenham Hotspur, Didier Zakora. No goal. Still no goal. Lennon, nice turn. Keane. Clever. It's a half-decent drop, and Berbatov has won it. And it's come out to Tainio, who fired it into the crowd. And it's come out to Huddleston, who fired it into the crowd. And it's come out to Kalou, and Chelsea are off the hook. Well, there is no question that Spurs have had the chances to win this game. Early in it, and indeed now into its last quarter. Anelka. It would be just like Chelsea to nick it now. It's what they do. But Spurs, for the most part, are on the front foot.
Still happy to drop off.
Lennon. Berbatov. Berbatov! Stumps it at Cech. The Chelsea goalkeeper is keeping them alive here.
Terrific turn, but once again, Lennon sparkling to provide. Great turn, wonderful positioning, edge of his 6-yard box.
Bridge. Out by Woodgate, taken down by Essien. Mikel. Tackle from Berbatov. Keane. Berbatov. The turn is outnumbered. Essien has hit it early. Drogba's onside and couldn't get a toe on it.
Oh, great run by Drogba off the back of Woodgate there. Hutton was in a very wide position when that diagonal was played. Terrific ball. There you see Hutton not getting back to defend.
Woodgate was a spectator. He's up. Referee's going to wave it on because Tanio's in possession. He's nicked it on for Huddleston, who is harried and hauled to earth by Kalou. 91 minutes. Tottenham's free kick. The bitten nails inside Wembley are Tottenham nails. Genius plays it in. Drogba heads it out. And Ballack finds touch. .30 seconds of scheduled stoppage time to play. Huddleston to perhaps coil up and go long. Aimed in at Woodgate, who won his header off! Robbie Keane with extravagance.
Well, he has got the athleticism and the ability to twist and turn and hit those, as you say, extravagant overhead kicks.
Would have been a fair way to win a cup final. Being a Tottenham fan gives you a headache. There's going to be more. Just as New Wembley's first FA Cup final needed extra time, so indeed will New Wembley's first League Cup final. Didier Drogba in the first half for Chelsea, Dimitar Berbatov in the second half from the spot for Spurs. It's 1-1 after 90 minutes.
Well, after an engrossing 90 minutes for both sets of supporters, it remains 1-1, which of course means extra time. Join us after the break for more.
Welcome to Beverly Hills, home of the rich and famous, with their luxurious houses. And just look at the beautiful cars.
It's okay for today. They're gone.
The Renault Clio, an exterior sign of inner richness. Now appearing on a street near you, the Renault Clio, from £99 per month with no deposit, APR 9.4%.
Looking for a great deal on a new car?
Vospers has some fantastic offers with new car Zetec climbers from just $5,995. We're running out of old Focus, but reserve yours for the new 08 registration in March and save over £4,000. Mazda are updating the RX-8, and we've just 8 current models with up to $5,000 off in February. We've also delivery mileage Fiat Pandas and Grande Puntos from just $5,995. Go to your local Vospers or vospers.com today.
I've been walking in the same way.
Rage and anger.
Ain't lost, just wandering round my hometown. Memories afraid is all my world. Oh my.
Well, Tottenham and Chelsea couldn't be separated in normal time, so here comes extra time at Wembley. Back to David Pleat and Peter Drury.
Still anyone's. Chelsea Chelsea playing in the League Cup final for the 4th time in 11 years, requiring extra time for the 3rd time out of those 4. They won in the additional period against Middlesbrough in 1998, against Liverpool in 2005. Chelsea tested now, though, by a Tottenham team who had the chances to win it in the original period. Carlo Cudicini is staying supple. Petr Cech having in the line of duty given himself a bash or two. Maybe plead a hunch.
It's a very difficult game to call. Chelsea will still rely on the counter.
Sakura. Lennon. Far from behind by Anelka. Who offers an apology. Gina's playing it in. Woodgate! It's in for Tottenham! They've come from behind and Spurs lead Chelsea! Boy, Jonathan Woodgate is overdue a break in his career, and he got a break in front of goal at Wembley.
Quicker to the ball than Petr Cech. Petr Cech saw it coming. Woodgate got on the goal side of the Chelsea defence. Came back perhaps off Petr Cech. Will go down as a goalkeeping mistake, but bravery by Woodgate. Only saw the ball, comes back off Petr Cech's hands onto his head and into the net.
Juande Ramos. UEFA Cup 2006, Super Cup 2006, Spanish Super Cup, Copa del Rey, UEFA Cup 2007, Carling Cup 2008, question mark. Kalou, challenge from Hutton. And a free kick given against the Scottish fullback. Who didn't play the ball. It's the right call again by Mark Halsey, who's had an efficient game refereeing.
Agreed.
Lampard can make mischief from here. Here's at the back stick, Terry's there, Drogba ready to attack, Anelka still on the field, Ballack 6 foot plenty as well. Lampard with whip, and Robinson saw it heading towards his near top corner. Call it the People's Cup final. Many, many more genuine fans get into this than the FA Cup final. More than 30,000 from each club. People are making a racket. Drogba's wasn't that well. He bullied his way into the box and drove his shot against an emerging Kabul. For Chelsea that Carvalho took that ahead of Lennon. Belletti. Drogba was hauled down, was he? The linesman is flagging for a Tottenham free kick. Well, there were 30,000 behind that goal who thought that Woodgate was foul and not fouled.
Well, has he given the offside? That's what I wondered when the ball was first played in. But he didn't raise his flag there. And I certainly thought there was some kind of holding by Woodgate. Got his arms around Drogba, no question in my mind. Now, if the assistant's saying he gave for offside, he should have put the flag up quicker.
Certainly from a Tottenham perspective, it was a heart-in-mouth moment.
Strange thing is, I'm quite sure Woodgate wasn't aware that he'd given an offside decision. So it was a rather, well, shall I say,
crazy. Bridge. In at Anelka and flicked on for Solomon Kalou! Great save, Robinson. Terry. Joe Cole. out by Kabul.
Well, Chelsea putting real pressure on now. Tottenham resisting manfully.
There's been some first-class goalkeeping in this game. Joe Cole, Frank Lampard, Ricardo Carvalho, Frank Lampard. Referee's called it back and given Spurs a free kick.
Well, Robinson a hero. Terrific save. Right foot down. Block. No way he could hold that one. It's Kalou who hit the effort.
Lennon, Berbatov. Lennon's kept moving there. The only two committing to this for Spurs. The others are just spectators. Lennon considers that Kalou may have handled there. The referee doesn't. It's interesting. No one in Chelsea blue made the effort to get back, and no one in Tottenham white made the effort to get forward. It is essentially a game being played in the Tottenham half now.
Tottenham 5 minutes away from glory. Ufa beckons again next season if they can hold on.
Sanio is going to be booked here for time wasting. They'll take that yellow card all day long.
Bit of irritation there between Sanio and Joe Cole. Drogba coming over, and that's when concentration goes, when players start agitating their opponents instead of getting on with the game.
Ballack wants to play a part. That's very sensible from Michael Ballack. He's telling Didier Drogba that all the Ivorian is doing is slowing the thing up further. It's not especially intelligent, truth be told. The next 4 minutes for Spurs will last an eternity. Berbatov backing in. From Lampard, King misjudged, and Cole hit it, and Robinson saved.
That's a good save. He didn't have much time to see that ball. It's back on form. King misjudged it for once in the game. Opportunity for Joe Cole.
And so Chelsea still have hope. And that fell by Huddleston.
It could be that Mark Halsey enjoys refereeing cup finals so much that he just wants to stay on the pitch as long as possible as the referee. He's given another yellow there.
Showed it to Lennon. Everyone forward for Chelsea, bar Cech, and Carvalho, who's going to take the free kick from halfway. Drogba rose for it, so didn't make contact. Spurs feel aggrieved that a corner's been given. Berbatov's making the point most volubly. Robinson didn't get there, Drogba did! And the referee has seen a shove and spared him.
Is that the last act? Robinson amongst bodies. Once again, I think Tottenham a little fortunate to get the kick there.
Look at Robbie Keane, how he wants his medal. And Mark Halsey looks at his watch, and Terry wins it, and Kalou is in, and the final whistle goes! And Tottenham have won it! What a moment to blow the whistle! The Carling Cup is bound for White Hart Lane! Life has turned round for Paul Robinson! Life has turned round for Jonathan Woodgate! The Ramos revolution has impacted at once. Didier Drogba wants to know why the whistle went then. Well, it went nearly a minute after it was due to go. Mark Halsey has gone to his book. That is a subplot. The major story is that Tottenham have won. Dimitar Berbatov got his goal, and Juan de Ramos, this serial trophy winner, has won the first available trophy to him. Bill Nicholson won this twice. It plays a part in Tottenham legend, and Juan de Ramos is becoming a part of Tottenham legend. A first major trophy for 9 years, a wait that now feels so well worthwhile. No one deserves it more than a visibly moved Robbie Keane. Tottenham, historically the cup team, have a cup, and they are shedding tears into it.
Congratulations then to Spurs, the 2008 Carling Cup winners. Time for the trophy presentation. Let's rejoin Peter Drury.
Well, what began as a potential blue clean sweep has been reduced today to just a potential treble. Losing is not something which Chelsea habitually do. Indeed, today's is only the third match of any sort they've lost under current management. But for the first time since Dave Sexton's side of 72, Chelsea's players must do with League Cup runners-up medals. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Here they come to receive their first trophy of the 21st century. Alan Mullery, Steve Perryman, Sol Campbell have all done this before. All in their turn, at their time, revered figures at Tottenham Hotspur. Now it is the privilege of Ledley King to lift the League Cup. For the fourth time, the Football League Cup, the Carling Cup, belongs to Tottenham. And the Spurs go marching on. And the man of the match awarded to Jonathan Woodgate, the match winner. If ever a man was due a sweet break in his life, perhaps it was him, and today it came. Dimitar Berbatov, Tottenham legend of the 21st century, and behind him, a manager who only wins. 5 trophies in 2 years for Sevilla, and as soon as one became available to Tottenham, he won it. Spurs, the winners of the 48 Football League Cup. Their first trophy of the 21st century.
Tottenham's day, Tottenham's trophy. They are the Carling Cup winners for 2008. Much more reactions to come after this break, plus the thoughts of Robbie Earle. Join us after the break.
My name is Dexter Morgan.
You better be a cop.
No, forensics. I'm a serial killer. You. Because the cops can't catch, which is why if I'm looking for you, you better hope they get to you first.
Open your eyes and look at what you did!
Hi, Ramblers, let's get rambling. Cold viewing on ITV4. The Jigsaw Man, Tuesday at 10, ITV4.
Chelsea, and a penalty is given. And Berbatov scores with such impudence. He is playing it in. Woodgate! McCullum! Great save, Robinson. The Carling Cup belongs to Tottenham.
One day, in English, please. Are you happy?
Very happy because the fans they are happy. The club, all the club is very happy, and it's a big score for us.
Would you agree that not enough of your players were at their best today?
I think when you come to the final, you know, if you look all the finals, it's not a great game sometimes. I don't think all the players from both sides was in their best, but it's always like this.
It helps that we've been 1-0 down against Chelsea before and turned the game around. You know, we've done that at home in the league game, and you know, we felt we could do it again. 1 goal and we was back in the game.
We needed to be better than them. I think we were in the first half, and we were 1-0 down. It was difficult to take, but these lads, they believe in the manager, and the manager changed completely the mentality of the players. And we show it the whole game, so I think it's magnificent. We've got a good team spirit, we've got a work ethic, we all work as hard as we can. And we've done that today. We knew we had belief. The manager's instilled the belief in us along with all the other team. The lads are brilliant.
Didier, do you think overall the best team won?
Yeah, I think you have to be honest, you have to be fair, and I think the best team won.
What did they have today maybe that you didn't?
The belief they want to win, they have to win, and they played well.
What is the big thing that Rwanda Ramos has given you as a set of players? What has he done for you?
He's gave us belief, you know. He just told us to go out there and enjoy our football. And the way we play football suits the way he wants us to play, attacking and getting at teams, and you've seen that today. I mean, Chelsea were good today, but I think overall, I think we deserve the winner.
Was it a penalty?
He touched his hand, but you know, not we know the law. Not every hand is a penalty.
In this case,
he didn't touch deliberately the hand. So, for my opinion, it was not a penalty.
Were you nervous at all before that penalty?
Of course I was.
Didn't look like it.
No, but I was against the best goalkeeper in the world, you know. He's great, but, you know, I was a little bit nervous, but I never changed my style, you know, and I just watched him to the end, and then it was easy.
It's not been an easy season for you, Paul, so what does this mean, personally, today?
Just to be back playing is fantastic, but to be taking part in the final and playing in a winning team in a final, you know, at the moment, I couldn't be happier at the moment. I honestly couldn't be happier.
It's difficult when you lose a final because you always want to leave the cup, and but I'm not worried about the future. You know, I know we are strong players, we have a strong mentality, and when Chelsea is down, maybe this is where we are more dangerous.
From now on, they are winners. They become winners from one day to the next, and they have to believe that they can be even more.
Well done.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The first of maybe a few trophies.
Bye-bye.
I'm joined by Robbie Earle in the victorious but now empty Spurs dressing room here at Wembley. Did the right team win today?
Yeah, I think in the end they did. I think they just did enough, Tottenham. In some respects, I felt it was a slightly bigger day for Spurs. They really started the game in a positive frame of mind, and really made me feel unfortunate that they didn't get themselves ahead early on, but in the end I thought the first goal was going to hold the key, and it was Chelsea who managed to get that first goal.
Yeah, Didier Drogba, who makes a habit of scoring in finals himself. How much contact was there with Zecora for the free kick?
Well, you see the two players come together and the referee's right on top of things, and I think there's possibly just enough contact to warrant the free kick. Drogba picks himself up, and I think Paul Robinson's a little unsighted as Drogba takes the kick, because you'll see he takes 2 steps here to his right, and then by the time he's trying to get back, the ball's past him, Chelsea are 1-up, and at this point I think it's Chelsea's game from here on in.
They didn't really kill the game, in fairness, to Spurs, who came again in the second half and found a way back in it via a penalty that Avram Grant is still not happy with.
Well, I think the best person that could see this was the linesman. It's him that gives the decision. It's Tom Huddleston who's come on as a substitute to good effect, I thought. I thought he had a real influence on the game. There's contact between the ball and Wayne Bridge. Linesman gives a decision, and then the only question is, has Berbatov got the composure, has he got the confidence to put the ball in the back of net? It's a big tick for both of those.
Well, indeed, indeed. 1-1 at full time, Zecora having had a big chance to win it in normal time, but in extra time, Spurs did look the more likely and actually finally found a set-piece delivery that won them the match.
They were a little disappointing with their set pieces, and the likes of Woodgate and King coming up, you always thought that was a threat. Jenas delivers the ball perfectly. Cech comes for it and doesn't quite get the contact he liked. The ball hits Woodgate, comes off Cech, rebounds off Woodgate again into the back of the net. And at 2-1, you're just wondering, can Spurs hold on?
Credit to the players, clearly, but also to the coach, Juan de Ramos, who has psychologically had an effect on this group, hasn't he?
He's had a huge effect on this football club. I think he's come and embraced all the footballing traditions of Tottenham. He's added all this fitness and diet and all those things. But more than anything, Matt, I think it's a mentality. I think he's installed in this group of players a winning mentality. And, you know, he's won things at Seville. He's now turned this Tottenham team, this, you know, expensive in terms of football ability, but he's now turned them into winners.
Interesting. Thank you very much, as always, to Robbie Earle. Chelsea certainly have established a winning mentality, first under Jose Mourinho, and now they'll hope under Avram Grant. He waits for his first cup from English football, but Juan de Ramos, I'm sure, will insist this is the first of a few for Tottenham. They are the 2008 Carling Cup winners. Night from us.
He just playing it in. Woodgate! It's in for Tottenham! The Ramos revolution has impacted upwards. The Carling Cup is bound for White Hart Lane!
The Space Shuttle Pursuit launched from Arlington Space Centre this morning.
Get straight to the point with digital text on ITV. For the latest information fast, just press text.
Why are you with me?
You're different.
I'm a bartender and a dropout.
Marry me.
Why can't I feel my legs?
There was an accident.
What's happening to me? What have you done to me?
Your legs and your arm have to be replaced. Also, your right ear and right eye.
How long until she's coming back ready?
She's a civilian.
Everyone has to sing for their supper around here, Will, or haven't you figured that out yet?
I know what I'm capable of now. So you stand wherever you stand. And I'll bury one guy after the next.